Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prime TV Sports Late Night Show. I'm your host, Kyei Benjamin, bringing you the late night sports show right on Prime Sports TV. Also, we want you to help us by clicking on the link below to subscribe and also comment and share our link. Tonight, we are going to touch on some teams and how they are going to fare in the Premier League. Talking about the top 6 Premier League teams and also some teams that has been uprising for the last seasons coming up in the Premier League. We are going to start our talk with the Arsenal team. That's the league title holders. Is Arsenal going to retain their league title or they are going to lose it to the other top teams in the Premier League? We are going to have a very good look at Arsenal squad, potential loan players within their squad, and if they need to strengthen their squad, how are they going to set up with the season? We start with their goalkeepers. Their goalkeepers Arsenal is having all teams. We start with all teams, their goalkeepers, their defenders, their midfielders, their attackers. Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, also Tottenham Hotspur, and also uprising teams like Crystal Palace, the previous UEFA Conference League Cup winners. Look at Arsenal, we have Arsenal have also currently signed Newcastle Bruno Guimaraes, who is also going to be one of the top players when it comes to their midfield option. Definitely, we believe that Arteta will be playing Declan Rice and Guimaraes as their pivot, and who will be up front, led by Martin Odegaard or Ibereche. When we look at Arsenal's attacks, we have the likes of Victor Gyökeres, we have Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, who is also on their transfer list. Arsenal want to get Jesus out of their squad. We have Noni Madueke, who are being their top attackers heading to the season. Havertz, we know that Arsenal and Havertz is one of the most important players for us now. Victor Gyökeres is heading to the season. Last season, yes, Gyökeres helped us now, but we cannot say that it wasn't a very good season for Gyökeres. Let's see what Gyökeres has to offer in the upcoming season for Arsenal. Kyei Saka, which you all know, if not injury, is one of the top players for Arsenal. And we know when Saka is fit, Arsenal is a very big team to go in there, a team to catch in the upcoming season. Martinelli too is a very big player. We talk of Gabriel Jesus, who is on their transfer list, and Napoli is in contact with Gabriel Jesus with Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus' agent is talking to Napoli when it comes to Arsenal. Well, from Arsenal, we move on to one of the big teams coming up, which is Aston Villa. Aston Villa. You look at a set of Aston Villa. Aston Villa is going heading into the new season with coach Unai Emery still on the wheel. Unai Emery is leading Aston Villa. Aston Villa has been one of the miraculous teams for past season. For the past 2-3 seasons, Aston Villa has been one of the big teams. Surprisingly, Aston Villa won the last UEFA Europa League. They are the Europa League champions. We are going to play the Super League Cup with PSG in the upcoming season. God willing, next 2 weeks. Aston Villa are going to play PSG. Let's take a look at Aston Villa's squad that they are using in the upcoming season. Goalkeepers, we know Emiliano Dibu Martinez. We have Marco Bizot, James Wright, and Owen Asmussen. Emiliano Dibu Martinez was on their transfer list. Juventus was in contact with Dibu Martinez, but transfer couldn't proceed. Juventus has shifted their attention to Japanese goalkeeper Zion Suzuki. Dibu Martinez will definitely be imposed for Aston Villa in the upcoming season. We look at the defenders for Aston Villa. We have the like of Lucas Digne. Lucas Digne currently is on his way back to Paris Saint-Germain. Saint-Germain have signed Lucas Digne, but they are yet to unveil Digne. We have the likes of Matty Cash. We have Victor Lindelof, Edric Konsa, Ian Matson, the Chelsea former player. We have Paul Torres. We also have Tyrone Mings and 1 or 2 youngsters in the likes of Keba Cisse and TJ Carroll. These are the defenders that Aston Villa will be using to get into the upcoming season. You know, definitely Unai Emery are going to make some serious signings because they want to compete in the upcoming season. They have the look at the midfielders of Aston Villa. They are definitely heading into the season with the likes of Ross Barkley, Alisson, Emiliano Buendia. João Gomez is one of the new signings for Aston Villa. We have Amadou Onana. We also have Boubacar Kamara, one of the new signings for Aston Villa. We have Ross Barkley, as I've said earlier, and Samuel Ely Jr., one of the youngsters who applied last season for Villa at the Villa Park. We also have the likes of Garnacho leading the attacks, Willie Watkins, Tammy Abraham, John Bailey, who is in talks with Ipswich to have a transfer to Ipswich. We also have the youngsters in the likes of Brian Maggio and Luka Lynch. And we also have Ivan Gessan. These are the squad that Villa will be using to enter the upcoming season to compete the Premier League, the UEFA Champions League, and also the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. You know, Villa will definitely make some signings in order to compete the other top teams when it comes to the Premier League. We move forward and look at teams. Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea. In general, Chelsea is making some huge signings. Chelsea have changed their coach. Chelsea changed Liam Rosinia during the season, last season. Callum McFarlane became an interim coach, steering the team to the end of the season. Chelsea is heading into the new season with goalkeepers such as Robert Sanchez, who has been their goalkeeper for the past 2 seasons. We have Philip Jorgensen, who is on his way to SC Strasbourg on a season-long loan. The new goalkeeper in town for Chelsea is Mike Penders, the Belgian youngster who is going to compete with Robert Sanchez in the upcoming season. Gabriel Slolina will definitely be on loan. We have Teddy Sherman Lowe, who has been imposed for Chelsea in one of their 2 pre-season matches. Chelsea's new coach in hand, we have Xabi Alonso steering the team to compete for the Premier League. And the news in town is Chelsea is not going to compete for the UEFA Champions League, neither are they going to compete for any European trophy. Chelsea will only be competing for the local league, which is the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup. Look at the defenders for Chelsea. Chelsea have defenders such as Wesley Fofana, Josh Echampong, Aaron Anselmino, the Argentine youngster, Tosin Adarabioyo, Benoit Badiashile, who's on their transfer list, Esel Disasi, who's currently holding talks with Crystal Palace for a move out. They also have Rich James, Mamadou Sarr, Malo Gusto, who's also having talks with Manchester City for a transfer out of Chelsea. They recall their new signing, Maxence Lacroix, the France international, who was also a miracle during the World Cup. Jorohato could be their leading left fullback since the departure of Marc Cucurella. They also have Trevor Chalobah, who is out of the team, who have signed for Como, and Wesley Fofana being part of the team. These are the defenders Chelsea will be using to the upcoming season. We have midfielders in the likes of the youngster we've known for some time, the two youngsters who have been in news, Reggie Watson, the son of the former Wigan Athletic player Ben Watson. Reggie Watson is part of the youngsters Chelsea are using for the preseason. You have Nicolo Jazuli. Jazuli has also been a part of the first team football during this preseason. We have Jordan Henderson, their newly signed midfielder. We have Marco Palestra, their new right wing back player. We have Dario Esugo, Giovanni Quenda. We have Valentin Bako, who is a new signing for Chelsea. And their new signing in town, Morgan Rogers, Jeff Gatons. We have Romeo Lavia. And the miraculous player who is back on the pitch in the form of Mikhailo Mudryk, Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, who is yet to return with the team in their preseason. We have William Esteban and Chelsea star Cole Palmer being their midfielders heading to the top season coming up. We have attackers in the shape of João Pedro, Nicolas Jackson, who is back on loan from Bayern Munich, Mark Guiu, who is also heading on loan. We have the likes of Liam Delap. Delap is also definitely will be out of the Chelsea squad, depending on the board decision. The likes of Emmanuel Emega, the newly signed player for Chelsea, and their newest experienced player signing in the person of Danny Welbeck. Dan Welbeck is a highly profile experienced player Chelsea signed in together with Jordan Henderson to help steer the team to compete for the Premier League. We move on to Liverpool. Liverpool is also one of the biggest teams in the transfer market as it stands. Liverpool, who has changed coach to give the steer to Andoni Iraola, the former Bournemouth coach. Iraola is going to lead Liverpool in the upcoming season. Liverpool is also making signing, and the shocking news emerging this evening is Liverpool has signed Barcelona defender Ronald Araujo on loan, a season-long loan, which Araujo is yet to join up with the Liverpool team. Liverpool is heading into the new season with goalkeepers in the likes of Alisson Becker. Alisson was going out of the team, but talks with his agent and the Liverpool board means Alisson Becker will be staying. We have Georgi Mamadashvili, one of their new signings last season, who's also going to compete with Alisson. We have Freddie Woodman, their third goalkeeper. The rest of the keepers in the likes of Davis will definitely go out on loan. Liverpool will be heading into the new season with defenders in the likes of Virgil van Dijk, their skipper, the captain. Jeremy Frimpong, their fullback. We have Milos Ekezu, who's also a fullback of the Liverpool team. We have Conor Bradley, a backup for Jeremy Frimpong. We have Constance Chimikas, a fullback signed between the times of George and Klopp. We have Giovanni Leoni, who Liverpool is using during the preseason. Joe Gomez, Liverpool's newest signings from Rene Jeremy Jacket, and also Calvin Ramsey. These are the defenders Liverpool will be using to enter the new season up front. They have midfielders in the likes of Florian Wirtz. you have Dominic Soboslai, you have the likes of Alexis McAllister, Cody Gakpo, whose agent is in touch with Tottenham for a move as revealed during July. Gakpo's agent is actually talking to Tottenham for a possible move to Tottenham Hotspur. We have Ryan Gravenberch, we have the likes of Elliott back from loan at Aston Villa, we have Wataru Endo, Curtis Jones, and also Stefan Bajcetic. These are the players Liverpool will be heading into the new season when it comes to their midfield option. Attackers are in the likes of Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Federico Chiesa. We have the likes of Leo Ngumua. We have Victor Munoz, Pierre Morrison, and Luis Kumas, who will definitely head out on loan for Liverpool. These are the players that Liverpool will be heading into the new season with. Definitely, they are signings that Liverpool are also going to make again to make them a competitive team in the upcoming season. We also take a very look at the Manchester City team. Manchester City has also changed coach, with Chelsea former coach Enzo Maresca being their new head coach, leading them into the upcoming season. Maresca is known to be one of the Italian tacticians who's also supposed to lead Manchester City to come and reclaim their title from Arsenal FC. Let's look at the goalkeepers Manchester will be using to head into the new season. We have Gianluigi Donnarumma, who's certainly going to be their number one. Trafford is suddenly out of Manchester City. James Trafford has currently signed for Leeds United. We have Marcus Vignelli, who is currently the second option for Manchester City. The like of Jack Wayne and Ada Chabot will definitely head out on loan. We take a good look at the defenders Manchester City will be using for the upcoming season. We have the likes of Husanov, we have the likes of Josko Vadio, who have currently signed a new deal with Manchester City. We have Nouri. Nouri is also still a player for Man City. Their top player, Ruben Dias, Nico O'Reilly. You have the likes of Maguire, who have been a miraculous signing during the January transfer window for Manchester City. The likes of Matheus Nunes, the midfielder, who have been converted to a defender by Pep Guardiola, who just led City last season. And the likes of Rico Lewis and Victor Reed. We look at the midfield options for Manchester City. We have Mateo Kovacic, their newly signed expensive player in the Premier League, the current expensive player in the person of Elliot Anderson. You have the likes of Nico Gonzalez, you have the likes of Issa Kabori, David Mukasa, Calvin Phillips currently injured. Phillips will be definitely out of the City squad. You have Phil Foden, Rodri, whose agents are in talk with Barcelona for a move from Manchester City to Barcelona. You have Ryan Cherki, Jeremy Doku, Jack Grealish is back from the loan at Everton. We have Sabino, whose also agent is talking to Tottenham Hotspur for a move to Tottenham. We have Tijani Rangers, whose agents are also in talks with Nottingham Forest for a move to Nottingham Forest. And the likes of Claudio Echeverri, who is back from Verona after his loan spell with Verona. Let's look at the attackers Manchester City will be using in the upcoming season. We have the almighty Erling Haaland, who was a champion during the World Cup for Norway. We have Egyptian striker Omar Mamouche, David Mubama, we have Mamadou Sangare, and Jaden Heskey. Sangara and Mubama together with Heskey will definitely head out on loan for Manchester City, unless Maresca decides to use these youngsters in addition with Erling Haaland and Omar Mamouche. We take a good look at Manchester United, who have also decided to keep Michael Carrick in the tier to lead them to compete for the Premier League. Carrick has been one of the miraculous coaches and one of the great top coaches for Manchester United. Carrick made Manchester qualify for the upcoming UEFA Champions League. Let's look at the goalkeepers Manchester will be using in the upcoming season. We have the likes of Sonny Lemens, who they signed last season from the Belgian League. We have the likes of Tom Heaton, who is going to be the second keeper, and Radek Vitek, who's currently headed out of Manchester United. Also, Arthur Bayanda is also going to head out, who has currently signed with Celta Vigo. We look at the defenders Manchester United will be using in the upcoming season. We have the players in the person of Nazar Mazraoui, the Moroccan fullback, Lisandro Martinez, Matthias de Ligt. We have the likes of Diogo Dalot, the Portuguese fullback. We have Harry Maguire. We have Lenny Yoro, Luke Shaw, and Aiden Irving, one of the players or the prospects that we saw last season in Carrick sets up for Manchester United. Also, we look at the midfielders Manchester will be using in the upcoming season. The likes of the almighty Bruno Fernandes. We have Amad Diallo, but will also always be a revelation for Manchester United. Kobe Mainu, who has a competition right now with the newly signed Andre Santos, that is the Chelsea player Manchester currently signed, and also Yuri Tillemans, the new player Manchester signed from Aston Villa. We also have the likes of Patrick Doku and Manuel Ugarte. They are going to be the midfielders United are definitely going to use in the upcoming season. Attackers, we have the likes of Marcus Rashford, who had a successful loan spell from Barcelona, which we don't know yet whether Rashford will be staying at United or Rashford will definitely head out of Manchester United. We have the likes of Brandon Mbeumo, Benjamin Sesko, Matheus Cunha, Mason Mount is also still a player for Manchester United, and the likes of Joshua Zexi. Manchester United have all these players still on board. We don't know if they are going to keep hold of them or make them leave the club in the transfer window as we are still in the window. You take a very good look at Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur with a new coach behind the steer in the person of former Olympic Marseille head coach Roberto De Zerbi. Roberto De Zerbi has made Tottenham one of the big teams currently, with Tottenham Hotspur making some great signings for the upcoming season. Tottenham Hotspur currently have their goalkeepers in the shape of Antonin Kyei, who has been a revived goalkeeper following his awful display during the Champions League for Tottenham. Kyei has been the #1 goalkeeper for Tottenham ever since De Zerbi inherited the position as a head coach for Tottenham. We also have Guillermo Vicario, who's currently headed out of Tottenham. His agents are in touch with some of the European clubs for Guillermo Vicario. These are the defenders Tottenham will be using to enter the upcoming season. We have the likes of Ben Davies, Kevin Danso, Destiny Udogi. We have Van Heck. Tottenham currently signed Van Heck from Brighton City. We have the likes of Christian Romero, whose agent is having conversation with Atletico Madrid. We have the likes of Andy Robertson, who currently Tottenham signed from Liverpool. Pedro Porro has signed a new deal, and Mickey Van de Ven have also penned a new deal for Tottenham. We have the likes of also Jet Spence. Let's move to the midfield option for Tottenham. We have Ghanaian star Mohamed Kudus, Javi Simons, Sandro Tonali, the newly signed player from Newcastle United, Conor Gallagher, Papi Matasar. We have James Maddison currently becoming the newest captain for Tottenham Hotspur, Dejan Kulusevski, who we know have recovered from injury. Luka Berval, Rodrigo Benteke. The forward attack for Tottenham, the likes of Dominic Solanke, Baptiste Richarlison, Manu Solomon, Lotsin Odobek, and Nicky Moore, who's currently heading out on loan to FC Cole. We also take a look at some upcoming teams in the likes of Crystal Palace, who have also changed their coach to Pierre Serge, one of the top coaches emerged in France last year. Serge currently steered RC Lens back to Champions League, and he's currently steering Crystal Palace, and let's see if they are going to be competitive as we saw them in last season. Palace is heading into the new season with their goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, Walter Benitez, and some youth keepers. Their defenders, we all know, we have the likes of Chabia, Tomiyasu, the newly signed fullback for Crystal Palace, Chris Rickard, J.D. Campbell, Dean Benama, Caleb Pofa. Crystal Palace have lost Maxence Lacrosse to Chelsea. We also have midfielders in the likes of Will Hughes, Daniel Munoz, Daichi Kamada, their star man, Adam Martin, Jefferson Lema, Oscar Migueza, the newly signed player from Celta Vigo, Bueno Sosa, Sheikh Dokure, Tarek Mitchell, and also Jesurun Rasechi. These are the midfielders Crystal Palace will be using to face the upcoming season. We have attackers in the person of Ismail Assar. Jean-Philippe Mateta was almost out of the Crystal Palace team last season, but had a failed medical at AC Milan. The likes of Brennan Johnson, Remy Pino, the World Cup winning champion for Spain, John Jane Strand-Larsen, one of the top players who also emerged for Norway at the World Cup, Edin Nketiah, the Ghanaian international, Matthias Franca, and Leo Kamiti. These are the players that Crystal Palace will be using to enter the upcoming season for the 26-27 season. These are some of the top teams that the Premier League are expecting to compete for the English Premier League in the upcoming 2026-27 English Premier League. We are for the English Premier League. God willing, Monday, we are also going to talk of the La Liga champions and the teams that the La Liga will be expecting to compete. We know of Real Madrid, Atletico, and Barcelona, but there are some upcoming teams that are also going to compete in La Liga and also other teams. This is Prime Sport TV. If you currently want to sponsor us, our doors are open. If you also want us to make advertising of your product for you, our doors are open for you just to click on the link or also make a contact of us by taking our number on the comment. When you comment on the show, that is right below the link, we'll definitely respond to your chat. This is Prime Sport TV. I'm your host, Kyei Benjamin. Thank you very much. We meet God willing Monday. Good.